Hello, I'm Janice and I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, we're going to be trying something that I've been meaning to try for the longest time. You might be able to tell by the title of this video, but we are going to be buying and then cooking up some delicious Wagyu beef, some Kobe beef in fact, which I haven't had since I was in Kobe like 4 or 5 years ago. So I am super excited about that. But before we go and purchase and pick up our beef, what we're going to be doing is we are going to start the day off with a delicious breakfast. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so we are walking along Concord Road to a restaurant that we're going to be having breakfast at today. It's about a 2-3 minute walk, so not too far away. I'll check in with you when we get there. Alright, we are starting this video at a restaurant here in North Strathfield called Little Beirutee. So it is family run and family owned since 2016, I believe, and it serves delicious traditional Lebanese food. And what we have for today is the menu is quite extensive. There's so many different types of food that's available, and I decided to order a breakfast plate. I ordered the Beirutee breakfast plate, and there's a little bit of everything, so I get to, you know, try as much as I can with the limited stomach space that I have. So we are currently seated out in this little kind of outdoor garden type space. So at the front, you might not necessarily know that this is at the back, but once you walk in, you'll be able to see. My coffee has come as well, so we're gonna start with that right now. Okay, now we can officially start. I've ordered the Beirutee breakfast board. So on this plate, we've got some fresh bread, we've got hummus, we've got baba ganoush, we've got labneh, we've got some manouche. We've also got some meats, shanklish plates, got chopped tomatoes and onions in it. It's incredibly fragrant. I don't even really know where to start. So I'm just gonna start with some fresh bread and go from there. This bread is still warm to touch, even though I've been talking for a little bit already. Something about warm carbs just makes me feel so happy. Okay, first up we have, I believe this is the baba ganoush. See, I love eggplant, so I absolutely love this. In terms of the baba ganoush, they roast their eggplants on a grill, which is why you can taste a little bit of like a charred flavor. Okay, moving on to the hummus. This is super creamy. You can taste a bit of the garlic, you can taste some of the lemon juice. You know that there are different spices that are in that as well. And like, even though it's ground very fine, you can still taste, like, you can still feel a little bit of the chickpeas in there. Now, in terms of the hummus, they cook their chickpeas and then they ground it. And we also have a labneh. I apologize in advance if any of my pronunciation is incorrect. Very creamy, very milky, very yogurty. All right, now let's move on to other items on the board. We've got meat, we've got cheese, we've got za'atar slices, and I'm gonna start with the meat slice. Look at this, it's essentially like a pizza. It's like a breakfast pizza, essentially. I don't know if I've ever had this before, but this is delicious. This is actually lamb, and they cook it with tomato juice. They have capsicum and a range of different spices as well. I've never had anything like this before, and I actually really like it. All right, let me try the cheese slice. All right, here we have the cheese one. I'd say this reminds me of a pizza, except the cheese on top is more meaty and chewy, if that makes sense. It reminds me more of a halloumi than anything, the cheese on top of this. And next up we have the za'atar slices. This has essentially got sesame seeds. It's got a range of different spices on top. This is also very delicious. And this one, I like that crunch of the toasted sesame seeds on top. It's quite savory. You've got a variety of different herbs on top as well. What I also really want to try is the sliced sujuk, which is like a sausage. In terms of the sujuk, it has beef, it has a range of different spices and herbs. I think this would taste really good in combination with the eggs, in combination with the shanklish plate. I think the creaminess of either the baba ganoush or the hummus would be perfect to balance out the savoriness of the sujuk. So for our shanklish plate, it has cheese, it has onions, it has tomatoes, and it has some herbs and spices on top as well. I think this would be even better with the fresh breads. All right, we are pretty much done with breakfast here at Little Beirutee. What we're gonna do is we are gonna pack up and we are going to head to the next destination in this vlog. I am so incredibly excited. We are on a full stomach, we are fully caffeinated, and we're about to drive to, it's also in Strathfield. I'll show you when we get there. Let's go. And we are now heading to our second destination on on our agenda for today. I really hope I'm able to find parking here. We should be good. I'm super excited to go to this place. All right, we have just arrived at I'd say wholesale meat market. I am about to go to Osawa Enterprises to get some really nice cuts of beef. I just can't wait to learn more about these meats and I can't wait to cook them up for tonight. But first, I'm about to pick up some of the beef that I've ordered in advance. I just bumped into a couple of my viewers. The meats looked amazing. 你全部都係燒嚟食？係啊係啊。Oh, okay. 佢係 yakiniku 㗎嘛。Ah. And I see that they also have some sauces on offer as well, so I'm gonna check that out. I'm also gonna take recommendations as to how best to cook the beef that I'm about to buy. But yes, I'm super excited. So while I was there, I got to meet Kimio, the founder of Osawa Enterprises, to learn a little bit about the cuts of beef that I was about to buy, find out what exactly is Wagyu beef and what makes it so special.
Wagyu beef means, Wa means Japanese and Gyu means cattle. So basically, Wagyu means Japanese cattle.
One of the most distinctive characteristics of Wagyu beef is that they're highly marbled, which gives the beef that melt in your mouth, buttery and sweet flavors.
It is best A5, Japanese A5. 5 means marble score starts from 8 to 12. We normally import BMS score 10 plus. Marble score should be 10, 11 or 12.
And what we will be trying for this episode is amazing Wagyu beef, including Kobe beef, Ozaki beef, and also Kagoshima beef. And as I was leaving, I was shown the dry age cabinet where they had Wagyu beef dry aging in there for over 100 days.
100 days dry aging. I think more than 100 days.
Okay, a small interruption to this video. We are now going to try this 100-day-old Wagyu beef. I'm really excited to try this. So yeah, apparently we can try this without cooking it. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do now. It tastes like the texture of prosciutto. And there's like, you know, the dry aged Wagyu that you buy at the supermarket. But it's not very salty. Do you wanna try some?
Yes. Do you even need to ask?
I think this would pair well with like sharp cheeses or olives or on a charcuterie platter. If you have any other suggestions on how you would recommend I eat this, please let me know. But for now, let's get back to the program. All right, we're making another pit stop. Here we are just going to buy some sauces, buy some vegetables, some mushrooms, etc, etc. I also want to buy some edamame beans. So it shouldn't be too long. We're just gonna grab and go. And in terms of when we're gonna eat this, I thought we were gonna eat this tonight, but I think we might postpone it to tomorrow only because that's when everyone is free. And so yeah, a little bit of a postponement, but it makes no difference to you because you're gonna be seeing it in the same video. Let's go. Okay, we are now ready to cook this beef. This is now the next day. My siblings are in there prepping sort of like the rice and the veggies, but I do want to take this time and show you what exactly is in our bag. So in this bag, they have like photocopies of the certificate. So first up, we have a Kobe beef rib cap slice. I think it's good for hot pot. So I think what we'll do is we'll make some soup later and sort of cook it in soup. What I've also got next up is Ozaki rump cap steak, 300 grams. Look at the marbling on this. It's incredible. The Kagoshima chuck eye log steak, which is also 300 grams. This is what it is. And then 300 grams of Kobe beef slice chuck roll slice. This is what it looks like. And then we also have what I believe is the Kagoshima Yakiniku slice. I actually ate a little bit yesterday. I couldn't help and I couldn't resist. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start helping my siblings prep all the food. We're gonna set up the grill, we're gonna set up the sauces, and yeah, go from there. It doesn't look like there's a lot because we still have two 300 gram steaks. I'll take it out when we eat it. So right now what we're gonna be having is we're gonna be having the Kobe beef slices, and we have a range of different sauces. I've got a yuzu ponzu, which will help cut through some of the fat. All right, let's cook. How was it?
It was really good. Oh my god. It's like
That's pretty good.
butter.
All right, my piece of Kobe beef is now done. The marbling is insane, and there is like so much fat just sort of dripping down. This is so incredibly tender and buttery.
It melts in your mouth, hey?
It literally just melts in your mouth. This is so good. Okay, now we're trying a different piece. This is not the Kobe, this is the other one. This is the Kagoshima. And I'm gonna put it in a little bit of the ponzu vinaigrette dressing. When I had it yesterday, I really liked it. This is very, very nice. All right, this is now the Kobe beef slice with a bit, just a tad bit of the salt. I like it with a little bit of salt. That is delicious. It's so incredible. Oh my gosh. Eunice, you're letting it cook.
What do you mean? I didn't just put it on.
Another sauce that we're trying is this one. It seems like it would be a little bit sweet. Okay, this is the Kobe beef slice with a bit of the, I don't know what the sauce it is. That one is a little bit sweeter, I think. My brother likes that one more, but I like the ponzu one more. I didn't get too many vegetables this time. I got some enoki mushrooms and we got some lettuce to wrap the meats, and that's pretty much it. In terms of these mushrooms, because it's been like cooked in that fat from the beef and it soaks up that flavor, it's actually really delicious. Okay, we've got two other steaks that we are about to cook up. We've got the Osaki beef and we've also got the Kagoshima. These are both 300 grams. What I was told is we should cook it before we slice it. So once we've cleared out all the mushrooms on the pan, we will cook. Which one do you want to eat first? Doesn't matter. Let's cook this one first. This one is less thick. This one is thicker. All right, we have cooked up our first piece of steak. This is what it looks like. Wow, it looks pretty incredible on camera. So for me, I was like, I think this is a bit too raw. Maybe I will put it on the pan for a little bit more, but my siblings were like, just try it first. And okay. This is incredible. It's so soft. It's like butter. And that meat flavor.
It literally melts in my mouth. Oh my gosh.
We added a bit of salt to it. We didn't add much to it at all. And I think it stands pretty well just with salt. Look at the marbling that's on the inside of this steak. I cooked this for a little bit, just like a tad bit longer. This is incredible. I don't need teeth and I can eat this. I can eat this without teeth is what I'm trying to say. Look at this glistening in the light. All I can say is it's extremely tender. It's very, very juicy. All the cuts of meat that we have is A5, but what we just had a marbling score of 10 plus, and what we're about to have, that marbling score is at 12, which is I think the highest marbling score for steak. Are you guys going to be able to finish this?
Yes.
We can keep it in the fridge,
No.
and then Morris can eat it.
No.
All right, we are now trying the Ozaki beef. So I usually put that back on the grill a little bit more because I usually like it a little bit more well done. Well, more done than my siblings, but this looks incredible. Look at the marbling on this. The marbling score for this is a 12. It is so incredibly fatty, which makes it incredibly juicy and also so tender. Even looking at this, you can kind of see the bits of fat that's in this piece of meat. I honestly can't really fault it. Every bite, it just locks in those juices in this piece of meat. And once you bite into it, it's so soft. It's like biting into meat butter. And all the juices and the fat just oozes out. I love it. All right, we are gonna be finishing off the rest of these meats and the vegetables, and that is pretty much it for this video. I'll put a link in my description to everything that I use for this barbecue and also a link to where I bought this beef. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I post new videos every week. Check them out if you have time. I hope you have an amazing rest of the week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. I'm about to cook the steak, and my sister just gave me death threats in case I screw up the steak.